I don't know who the St. Francis players are because I don't have their names in the program. But the tip is controlled by Littlewood as Brownbull tips it to Tallman. Tallman, Shangrew back to Tallman. Tallman at the top of the key. He drives, passes it out to the wing. To Shangrew, he puts it up, no good, but it's rebounded by Brownbull. He puts it up, no good. It's tipped by Shangrew. Did Shangrew get that in? Robert Shangrew gets it in for two. St. Francis takes a shot from outside, misses. They get the rebound. He drives, number 10 does, puts it up. Looks like they're going to count it. And the foul's on Shiloh Tallman. Picks up his first foul. First team foul against the Mustangs. I'm sorry, folks, I don't know the names of the St. Francis Warriors, but number 10 puts the free throw in.
24, Shiloh Tallman, first personal.
Tallman down to Robert Shangrew. He goes in for the layup, no good. It's off St. Francis. It's Mustang ball. They bring it down the corner to Hopkins. Top of the key. Shangrew gives it to Tallman. Tallman to, who's 10 for us? 10. Dante. Dante Shangrew misses. Dante Shangrew misses the shot. So the ball is inbounded by St. Francis. Number 12 guard bringing it up the court. And he has his pass intercepted by Shiloh Tallman. He takes it all the way, no good. Rebounded by number 20 off the 12. And St. Francis is running. And 20 puts it up and in for two. And they have a 5-2 lead. Shangrew to Hopkins. Hopkins, no good. Rebounded by St. Francis, and they throw it down court, and he's fouled. Dante Shangrew picking up the foul. Be his first foul, second team foul against the Mustangs. 14:37 here to go in the first half. The St. Francis Warriors are on top 5-2.
Falls on number 24, Shiloh Tallman, second personal. Shane Witt at the line shooting two for the St. Francis Warriors. Number 24, Yamini.
Well, the foul was on Dante Shangrew, but it looks like they assessed it to Shiloh Tallman, which I pretty baffled by that, but that's what the scoreboard says. So Shiloh Tallman with two fouls. Tallman's got the basketball. He's left-handed point guard for the Mustangs. They try to get it inside to Brownbull. It's a low pass. It's intercepted by St. Francis, and they're off and running. But they slow her down now. Top to the wing from the corner. He drives into the paint, and it's rejected by Shiloh Tallman. Knocks it out of bounds. It's going to be Warrior basketball. Looks like timeout's called.
Timeout. Mustangs.
Mustangs called time. So the foul situation should be one foul against Dante Shangrew and one foul against Shiloh Tallman, but apparently the officials didn't see it that way, and they assessed a second foul on Shiloh Tallman. Hopefully that's not going to play a factor in this game, because he's their starting point guard and he's already got two fouls assessed against him. Inbounds play will be for St. Francis under their own basket. He gets it in. number 22. He passes it to 20, back to number 22. And 10's got the ball. He has it almost stolen. But St. Francis does recover. And number 14 tries to dish it inside to number 20. And he goes up and he gets the foul against Brown Bull. And the bucket counts. A nice play. Number 20 able to get it up against 7'1" Nate Brown Bull. Scores the bucket and draws the foul. Free throw is good. And just like that, the Warriors are up 9-2. Tallman to Dante Shangru. Dante is called for charging. So there's a little confusion out there as to who the foul's on, but it's on Dante Shangru. That's his second. Fourth team foul. Fourth team foul, I guess, against the Mustangs. 14 has it. Number 24. He holds it. St. Francis being very patient. That three was almost from NBA range, but it's no good. It's rebounded by Hopkins.
Falls on number 14, Shane Witt. First personal, first team foul.
So Witt is number 14. So Shane Witt picks up the foul. And number 20 for St. Francis on the steal. It's good. So Witt's got the ball. Teal Bravebird pushes him out of bounds. The Mustangs are playing sloppy right now.
Teal Bravebird, first personal.
So Teal Bravebird picks up his first foul. Witt has the basketball for St. Francis. St. Francis taking their time. Witt passes it to 24. 24 down in the corner, back to number 24. Brings it up top to number 22. 22 sees number 10 open, passes it, and looks like some sort of a turnover there. A traveling call, probably. So Tallman's going to bring the ball up for the Mustangs. He drives, goes all the way. And they're going to call Tallman with a charge, I believe, and that's going to be his third.
Falls on number 24, Shiloh Tallman, third personal.
Now these officials are,
number 22.
that's like the second charge they've called. They're really tightening this game up, and Tallman now with 3. Witt brings the ball up for St. Francis, the corner to 22. 22 tries to get it inside. It's stolen by Nate Brown Bull. Brown Bull with the steal. Eddie Jumping Eagle in the game. Shiloh Tallman. I'm not sure. Okay, it looks like they called an illegal screen on Hopkins. So Hopkins picks up that foul, I believe.
Falls on number 12, Jeremiah Hopkins.
So the score is 11-2 here with 12:09 to play in a half. Just the Mustangs have already picked up 7 fouls, and the Warriors have only been assessed 1. A couple fouls have been charging fouls, and then an illegal screen against the Mustangs. And they are in foul trouble early here in this game. Witt bringing the ball up for St. Francis. He's orchestrating the offense here. He gets it off to number 10. He drives, they pop it out to the corner. And he's got some tough defense on him. He gets it down in the corner to number 10. 10 misses. And Eddie Jumping Eagle clears the boards, brings it up the court, gives it to Tallman. Tallman to Hopkins. And it's a pinball out there. And St. Francis gets a hold of it, but travels. And so it's going to be, that's Dean Witt, 12? Huh? Zane Witt, number 12 in the game for St. Francis. And Hopkins, no good. And it's rebounded by Zane Witt. And three-point attempt by number 20 misses. He gets his own rebound. And there, he just drives in. And Nate Brownbull with another windmill foul.
First personal. Bad hand, shooting 2.
Well, I guess it's his first foul. I'm thinking about the last game I watched.
Number 54, Robert.
He has a tendency to wave that arm a little too much, and he gets called for that. So we got at the line, St. Francis missed the free throw. Rebound is run down by Shiloh Tallman.
Followed by number 24, Yamini Whitehat.
So Yamini Whitehat with the foul. Number 24 on 24. Tallman against Whitehat. Tallman drives. He gets it into Robert Shangrew. No good. It's rebounded by number 20. 20 out to Witt. Zane Witt, I believe. No good. And Mustangs have the ball. Fast break. Tallman to Hopkins, and he scores. And brings the Mustangs up to 4. The trail, however, 11-4. Favor of St. Francis. Witt, I'm having a hard time with these St. Francis players. Number 22, no good. It's rebounded by number 12, no good. And Mustangs have the ball. Teal Bravebird brings it back out top to Hopkins. Hopkins swings it to Tallman. Tallman has his pocket picked by number 24. And he goes up, and it's blocked by Bravebird. But St. Francis gets it back, and 24 from 3, no good. Robert Shangrew with the rebound. And Tallman gets called for double dribble. And Tallman's checking out, looks like. Dante Shangrew in. So it's 9:45 here to play in the first half. It's a low-scoring game. St. Francis is leading 11-4. Mustangs have 8 fouls and the Warriors 2.
Some Language Bowl awards at the halftime break of this ballgame.
So did you write some of those names down for me?
What?
Did you write those names and
I was
numbers
trying
down?
to get the numbers, but I can't.
Oh. Okay. St. Francis going to bring the ball in. They get it into Witt, I believe, number 10. Over to 24. I think that's Whitehat, if I remember right. Number 20, defended by Jumping Eagle. Out to the corner, 14, no good. Boarded by Robert Shangrew. And looks like St. Francis picks up a foul.
Hold on number 20, Leon Badhand.
So Leon Badhand, number 20, picks up the foul. It's his first, third team foul. Eddie Jumping Eagle from 3, and it's good. It rattles the rim, and that brings them within 4. St. Francis at the top of the key, drives, passes, back out top. Number 24 swings it over to number 10, who drives, and it's intercepted by Robert Shangrew. Robert Shangrew splits the defenders, and he misses the layup. And then it looks like he picks up a foul. So,
number 54, Robert Shangrew, first personal, checking in for the Mustangs, number 42, Aaron Blackpool.
So Aaron Blackpool comes in. Looks like Hopkins sits down.
Yamini Whitehat.
Yamini Whitehat with the free throw. Scores 12-7 in favor of St. Francis. Whitehat with the charity stripe. Misses the second one. And it's rebounded by Teal Bravebird. Dante Shangrew running the offense now. Shiloh Tallman sitting on the bench. Bravebird up top to Robert Shangrew. To Eddie Jumping Eagle in the corner to Dante Shangrew. Dante drives, and he gets defended well, but these Mustangs still got the ball. It's stripped, however. Teal Bravebird has it stripped, and St. Francis loses it on the other end of the court. So with 8 minutes left here to go, and 8:03 to go here in the first half.
For the St. Francis Warriors,
It's been a pretty sloppy game. Mustangs got 9 fouls. St. Francis is 3, but they only trail by 5. Thank you. It looks like I got some numbers now, so I might be able to figure out who some of these players are for St. Francis. On the floor, they have number 12, Thane Witt. Thank you. And number 20 is Leon Badhand. Number 22, Buzz Jordan. Mustangs bringing the ball up. Dante Shangrew has it up top. Eddie Jumping Eagle, he surveys the situation, puts the ball on the floor in the corner to Dante Shangrew, who drives and puts it off the glass for 2. Score is 9-12 in favor of St. Francis. Looks like a reaching foul.
Foul number 2.
Eddie Jumping Eagle picking up a foul here. That's his first. And that puts St. Francis in the double bonus. 10 team fouls. Shane Witt with the first free throw is good. Second free throw on its way. It's also good. Shane Witt hits both free throws. Dante Shangrew bringing the ball up for the Mustangs. Gets past midcourt. Eddie Jumping Eagle. Eddie Jumping Eagle to Blackpool. Aaron Blackpool back to Eddie Jumping Eagle to Dante Shangrew. In the middle, a nice pass from Eddie Jumping Eagle to Teal Bravebird, makes the bucket. But a great pass by Jumping Eagle. And St. Francis misses their shot. It's rebounded by Robert Shangrew, and he's fouled. But again, a beautiful assist by Eddie Jumping Eagle to bring the score 11-4. Mustangs whittling away at the St. Francis lead. They trail now by 3. Looks like big Nathaniel Brownbull getting ready to come in the game. Blackbull bowls his way, misses it. It's rebounded. Rebounded by Shane Witt. He gives it to Shane Witt and misses the bucket. Mustangs get the ball. They have it on their end of the court. Eddie Jumping Eagle from way downtown rattled the rim and comes out. And a foul is going to be called here. I'm not sure why they're not. Okay, I know what they're doing. I'm not sure why they're buzzing it. It's a double bonus.
Number 42, Aaron Blackpool, first personal. In for the Mustangs, number 24, Shiloh Hallman.
So that's actually an error on the clock, man. It's a double bonus. They should not have brought anybody in yet. So he misses the first free throw. Leon Badhand misses. And he makes the second one. Score 15-11. Okay, Shiloh Tallman has checked back in. Till Braybird. Robert Shangrew has it. Dante Shangrew slices, cuts, dices for 2. And Mustangs trail by 2 now. Arcorin with a shot over Brown Bull. Gives them a 4-point lead. Looks like they're going to call that against Brown Bull. Brown Bull trying to get position underneath. And they're going to call him for being too aggressive and trying to get position there. Brown Bull not liking that call. Personally, I didn't like it that much either. Witt's got the basketball, and he gets his man in the corner, no good. And it's a loose ball, and St. Francis picks it up. Shane Witt drives in. He has it knocked out of bounds by Brown Bull. Brown Bull says, get that trash out of my house. I don't want that here. But he does knock it out of bounds, so it will be St. Francis basketball. Ball being inbounded by Ska Black Bear. And it's put up by Shane Witt, no good. Looks like Robert Shangrew with the rebound. Dante Shangrew drives, kicks it out to Hopkins. Hopkins goes inside, no good. Brown Bull with the rebound and puts it in. Bad hand misses. Mustangs, they put up a 3. No good. Teal Braybird misses 3. And it's going to be St. Francis ball. They're leading 17-15 here. 4 minutes, 45 seconds to go in the first half. Leon Badhand for 2. As he drove the lane and put it in for 2. Dante Shangrew for the Mustangs. They get it in to Brown Bull. He can't handle it. It's off Brown Bull and out of bounds. Mustangs are having a hard time getting that ball into Brown Bull. St. Francis beat the Mustangs earlier in the season at St. Francis. So Mustangs hoping to get a little revenge here. And St. Francis, of course, wanting to to pick up their second win against the Mustangs. Shane Witt is driving. He's kind of trapped in the corner and almost stolen, but to hang on to it, it's rejected by Brown Bull as number 20, Leon Badhand, went up with a shot, and Brown Bull picks up another block. So 4 seconds remaining on the shot clock. St. Francis inbounding the pass, and he just gets it off. It's no good, and ball goes out of bounds, and it's Little basketball. So Mustangs trailing by 4. They've yet to have a lead in this game. St. Francis, other than being tied at 0, has led the entire game. Shiloh Tallman, he shoots from 3, and it's the proverbial air ball by Shiloh Tallman. Badhand passes it inbounds to Scott Blackbear. Blackbear to Badhand in the corner to number 24. White Hat misses. It's rebounded by St. Francis, and they drive, and they has it blocked. Shiloh Tallman to Dante Shangrew in the corner to Hopkins. Hopkins, no good. And it's rebounded by Robert Shangrew, and he puts it in for 2. And the Mustangs now are within 2. 17-19. St. Francis goes inside and back outside and up on the top of the key to number 22, Buzz Jordan. Jordan swings it out to 12 underneath the 24, and it's stolen by Dante Shangrew. Too much interior passing there by St. Francis, and they get it stolen by the Mustangs. Tallman's got the ball. He drives. He scoops it up left-handed for 2, and that's the first tie of the game since it was knotted at 0 to start things. So at 2:15 to play in the first half, it's tied at 19, and the steal by Tallman. He goes up, no good, and it's rebounded by St. Francis as Sylvan Whitehat, the third, pulls it down. They take it down court, and number 22, Buzz Jordan with the miss. The Mustangs get the rebound, and there's a foul on the rebound against St. Francis.
Foul on number 24, Yamini Whitehat.
So Yamini Whitehat picks up the foul.
Number 40, Joel Forborn.
And Mustangs have the ball. It's tied at 19. Hopkins to Tallman. Tallman to Robert Shangrew. He misses it. Taps it up. No good. Hopkins gets the rebound. He puts, or no, not Hopkins, but Brownbull. Brownbull with the rebound, and it's for 2. St. Francis brings it right back. They pass it inside to Leon Badhand, and he ties it up at 21. Hopkins to Tallman. Tallman to Robert Shangrew. Shangrew shoots from outside. No good. It's rebounded by number 14, Shane Witt. Shane Witt's running the ball, brings it all the way, goes up. He's fouled from behind.
Foul on number 24, Shiloh Tallman, for personal.
And they called that on Tallman. Again, that looked like that was on Shangrew from my vantage point. So that's a 4th foul. Shiloh Tallman.
30.
And he may have fouled him. I didn't see it that way, but he might have. But earlier they called the foul against him, and he was nowhere near the play. But St. Francis makes both free throws. Shane Witt, and he makes the score 23-21 as St. Francis takes the lead back. Shiloh Tallman's still on the floor with 4 fouls. one of those fouls definitely should not have been called against him.
Third personal.
And I'm not sure about this second one.
Braidberg to the line.
Foul against St. Francis till Braidberg comes up to the line. That's the third foul on Shane Witt. Braidberg misses. And Brown Bull almost got the rebound, but he couldn't hang on to it, and St. Francis has it. Shane Witt. Black Bear. And they throw it out of bounds, and it looks like it was off one of the Mustang players. So it's still St. Francis basketball. 17 seconds on the shot clock. 49.6 seconds to play here in this first half, and they just throw it out of bounds. So it's just over 49 seconds to play. Mustangs trailing by 2. They're bringing the ball in. Thane Witt checks into the game for St. Francis. Hopkins inbounds it to Tallman. Braidberg. Braidberg's going to drive, goes all the way. It's no good. And St. Francis with the rebound. Thane Witt, he goes all the way. And I think they're going to call charging. They do. These officials, that's about the third or fourth charging foul they've called tonight. So Thane Witt picks up his first foul. The charge, Eddie Jumping Eagle bringing the ball up. Slows it down. They've got, he reverses direction. He fakes and puts it up, and it's in for 2. And that ties it at 23.
Eddie Jumping Eagle, 2.
Shot clock is off. It's just 10 seconds here to go in the first half. St. Francis makes a move. He drives. It's no good. 14 misses it. And they put it up. And
all right, at the end of one half of play, we have ourselves a new ball game.
Brown Bull can't make it. Well, we have 23-23 here at the end of one half. A fairly sloppy first half. A lot of turnovers, lots of fouls.
Coming up at the halftime, we'll be having the Bears performing for your halftime.
But the score is tied at 23. Again, both teams, these teams met earlier in the season, Ed and St. Francis.
Remember, you do have the Bears
and St. Francis put a beating on the Mustangs there at their home. So Mustangs really want to get a little revenge here, and St. Francis wants to prove that it was no accident that they won. In case you missed it, earlier today, Carson O'Rourke from Little Wood got third place in the LNI Poetry Slam, second annual. Tallman, it's down underneath to Brown Bull, uses the glass, no good, gets the rebound, can't control it, and there might be a foul. Yes, they do call a foul against Nathaniel. Picks up his third. Shiloh Tallman has 4, and Brown Bull with 3. So Mustangs in a little foul trouble. St. Francis has the ball at the top of the key. They go inside. And let Leon Badhand, he just attacks the rim. He doesn't care who's in front of him. And he puts it in for 2. And then the Mustangs get the ball stolen, and then they steal it back, and Shiloh Tallman has the ball. He's running with it. And he's got Brown Bull. Brown Bull makes a strong move inside. He puts it down. There's a nice spin move to his right. And Brown Bull with some excellent footwork there ties it up at 25 apiece. St. Francis with the basketball. Black Bear from outside, and it's 3. He hits the tray, and that's a 3-point lead now. Hopkins, Tallman, cross court, or actually Shangru across court to Tallman, who drives inside, puts it in for 2. The Mustangs are within 1 at 14 minutes here to play in the first half. Scores St. Francis 28 and Littlewood is 27. Brown goes for a steal and he doesn't get it, and they threaded the needle to Badhand. He drops it down and he's fouled.
Fouls on number 54, Robert Shangru.
So Robert Shangru picks up his second foul. A nice play by St. Francis. The Brown Bull went for the steal, and St. Francis ends up with 2 and the free throw line. Shots up, it's good. And St. Francis now has a 4-point lead. Eddie Jumping Eagle passes it to Hopkins. He rattles it out, and it's rebounded by Shane Witt, who tries to thread the needle on the other end of the court and throws it out of bounds. So inbounds ball for St. Francis. Shangru, Dante, and to Hopkins, to Brown Bull in the paint for 2. 2 nice strong moves from Brown Bull. Get them within 2 now. St. Francis into the corner, and he pops from 3. No good. Rebounded by Robert Shangru. Shane Witt misses. Shangru on the rebound. Robert. Dante Shangru bringing the ball up. Hopkins inside to Brown Bull. Makes a power move to the hole. It's good. So that's 3 plays there in a row where they went into the big fella. And he ties it up at 31. St. Francis has the ball. And it's stolen by Hopkins. Jeremiah Hopkins with the steal. Eddie Jumping Eagle. And they go inside again to Brown Bull. He couldn't hang on to it. He tried to save it, but they said he was out of bounds. So 12-12, or 12-20, it's tied. St. Francis bringing the ball in. But they get it past midcourt. Onto the wing. The corner. And it's partially blocked by Robert Shangru. As Scott Black Bear went up with it. Partially blocked by Robert Shangru. And then Scott picks up a foul on the rebound. And it's going to be Mustang basketball. Teal Bravebird checks in. Dante Shangru has it. Gets it to Eddie Jumping Eagle from outside. He drains a 3. And the Mustangs are on top, 34-31. As they're starting to heat up. St. Francis gets it to the corner. And it's no good as Leon Badhand can't make it. Mustangs pull the rebound down. Eddie Jumping Eagle bringing the ball up the court. It's still Bravebird. Cross court to Dante Shangru, to Hopkins. And we got a foul called in the paint on number 30, Ty Arcorin, trying to keep the big fella out of the paint, and he picks up a foul. Eddie Jumping Eagle, no good. And it's going to be off Littlewood. It's going to be St. Francis basketball. 11:13 here to play in the game. Mustangs are leading 34-31. St. Francis has the ball at their end of the court. Top of the key, passing it around. They're taking their time. They're playing patiently. That's how they kind of started the game out, patiently. Shot clock is down to about 8 seconds. And they get it in the corner, get a good look at it, no good. Rebounded by Brown Bull, Shane Witt. Misses it, they bring it up court. Brave Bird to Hopkins. They bring it inside. Dante Shangru takes it inside to Brown Bull. Brown Bull can't make it, but he's fouled. That's going to bring the second foul on Ska Black Bear. So Brown Bull at the free throw line, and he hits the first one.
Number 24, Yamini Whitehat.
And he hits them both. And Black Bear, Aaron Black Bear going to check in. So Aaron Black Bull, if I said Black Bear, I meant to say Black Bull. Aaron Black Bull in to give Brown Bull a breather.
Club fundraiser for Denver Bronco Manning jersey. $5 apiece, 5 for 20. John will be held at the championship game. Before the championship game, for more information, Rick, 605-858-9938.
Mustangs have their biggest lead of the night, 5 points. And they lead 36-31 here. St. Francis bringing the ball up the court. Ball's tipped by Dante Shangru. St. Francis keeps control, however. And they shoot from 3, and it's good. So Scott Black Bear drains the 3. He made it look easy. They bring the ball in to Black Bull. He can't handle it. And it's Black Bear brings it all the way for the layup. And Mustangs are getting a little sloppy. And that was a close call there.
Number 20, Leon
Badhand picks up the foul. I think he was trying to draw a charge, but he didn't get, the official said he wasn't quite set. So Teal Bravebird going to be at the free throw line. And just like that, the 5-point lead the Mustangs had evaporated, and it's tied at 36 all. And Teal Bravebird, however, puts the Mustangs back up on top, 37-36, with 9:41 here to go in the game. No good on the second free throw, and it's rebounded by number 24, Yamni Whitehat. And they bring it up court, and Shane Witt from the corner drains it for 2. And I guess St. Francis the 1-point lead, 38-37. In the middle to Black Bull. Aaron Black Bull makes the bucket in the paint. Mustangs go up 1, 39-38. I got Carson O'Rourke here right now. He's the 3rd place winner in the LNI Slam Poetry. It's in my bag. Yeah, just open the bag up. Yeah, it's in there. Mustangs missed the shot. St. Francis gets the rebound. It's in the corner. He takes up the shot. It's good. Thainwit makes it. Mustangs miss the shot. St. Francis a 2-point lead. And a nice spin move by Witt, but he misses it. Has it rejected by the rim.
Okay, so I'm going to go outside again.
Jumping Eagle. The Hopkins back to Jumping Eagle. Dante Shangrew in the corner. Underneath the Black Bull. Out to Dante Shangrew, and he throws the ball away. Intended for Teal Braybird, and he couldn't hang on to it. And so they call Shiloh Tallman Tall Man. He's kind of short compared to Nate Brownbull. They're both back in the game for the Mustangs. Okay, they're going to call that. Looks like they're going to call out on Eddie Jumping Eagle. So that's going to be his second foul. St. Francis Warriors up on top right now, 41-39. 7:43 here to play in the game. Inbouncing underneath their own basket. He gets it in. Nice play. The bad hand. And bad hand goes up against Brownbull, and he just banks it in. Mustangs bring it right back. Robert Shangrew off the glass for two. And it's 41-43, St. Francis. St. Francis has the ball on their end of the court. Then back into the corner. Bad hand backs in. This time he has it rejected twice by Brownbull. And Brownbull pulls it down to rebound. And Hopkins has it. It's back top of the key to Eddie Jumping Eagle to Shiloh Tallman. Tallman drives, puts it in. No good. It said he puts it up. I thought it was down, but it rolled off the rim. Rebounded by St. Francis. St. Francis has the ball in the middle to Bad Hand. Bad Hand rejected by Robert Shangrew. So 3 rejections by the Mustangs there, keeping them in this game. And Robert Shangrew in the paint for 2, and he ties it up at 43. It's knotted, and the ball is now St. Francis's hands. And he shoots from way out there. So Black Bear shooting from downtown Freddie Brown range there. The Mustangs turn it over. Bad passing. Eddie Jumping Eagle tried to save it, but he was already out of bounds. And so if that 3 by Blackberry, look, I mean, that was way downtown, puts St. Francis up 46-43. 6:10 here to go in the game.
Full timeout, St. Francis.
St. Francis calls time. Try to find my water. Okay, if you're a Little Mustang fan, the girls won earlier against Cheyenne Eagle Butte, so they'll be advancing in the winner's bracket. And the boys here tonight, they're trailing 43-46, but they're hoping to advance as well. St. Francis inbounds the ball. past the half-court line. Black Bear being challenged now by Tallman. They swing the ball around. It's back to Black Bear. Inside the bad hand. And he has it blocked by Brown Bull. And this time, Mustangs come away with it. Tallman has the basketball. He gets past midcourt. Almost has it picked. And he goes to pass it to Brown Bull, and it's stolen. It's stolen by Scott Blackbear, and he takes it all away. And they call a foul on Eddie Jumping Eagle. And that was not a popular call, as with a lot of the fans really felt like that should have been a charge. Misses the first one. Second one's good. That gives St. Francis a 4-point lead with 5 minutes, 28 seconds here in the game. Almost intercepted on the pass. But what often happens, you gamble and you pay for it, because Robert Chandru just took it to the glass for two, and he gets fouled by Witt. And that's the fourth foul on Witt. And Chandru gets the three-point play. Now they trail just by one with 5:20 to go. And Witt picking up that fourth foul. It's blocked by Brown Bull. Brown Bull playing a lot better second half than he did first half. And it's making the difference. I think that was Buzz Jordan at that bucket. St. Francis just took it down the court, drove it in, and scored the bucket.
Fouled on number 14, Shane Witt, his personal, took it in for the Warriors, and recovered for Yamini Whiteman. Put your hands together for.
And that's it, as Shane Witt picks up his fifth foul. They have a three-point lead, St. Francis, but they lose Shane Witt on picking up the fifth foul. Shiloh Tallman has the ball for the Mustangs, swings it to Eddie Jumping Eagle. Jumping Eagle, Robert Chandru. Eddie Jumping Eagle, Tallman at the top of the key from Hopkins. Eddie Jumping Eagle. They go inside, try to go inside to Brown Bull, and St. Francis picks up a foul. And that's, I'd go into the big fella every time. Bring it into the big fella. That's where the game is, right there. Make them foul.
Also number 20, Leon Badhand.
That's a third foul on Badhand. Brown Bull makes the free throw, 47-49. 4:30 here to go in the game. And Brown Bull makes the next one. Brown Bull is a much better free throw shooter than Shaquille O'Neal or Wilt Chamberlain. Those guys probably should have learned how to shoot free throws. Mustangs get the ball back, and St. Francis picks up a cheap foul. Yamini Whitehat getting a foul in the back court. Not a good place to pick up the third foul, and that puts them in the bonus. So that's the seventh foul, and Eddie Jumping Eagle to the charity stripe. And that's a gimme point, and that ties it up. So a costly foul against St. Francis in the backcourt. And Mustangs tie it. And this free throw puts them in the lead. The Mustangs are shooting very well from the charity stripe tonight. St. Francis with the ball. They get it inside. Swing it out to the corner. And it's a 3-ball. Zane Witt drains. Oh, they only put, oh wait, yeah, the Mustangs had a 1-point lead. So it's a 2-point lead now for St. Francis, but they bring it inside to Brown Bull. And once again, give it to the big fella, and he's going to deliver, and they tie it. And St. Francis brings it right back, and Thane Witt in the paint scores, and it's 52-54. St. Francis has the lead. Hopkins. Tallman drives. And puts up the left-handed shot and ties it at 54. And St. Francis is warming up. Bad hand hits another 3. Mustangs now down by 3. They bring it inside to the big fella. He can't hang on to it. St. Francis goes, and it's time called, I believe, by St. Francis. So I think it's going to be St. Francis basketball when time resumes. St. Francis has a 3-point lead as they've really started heating it up. And this game's getting a little excited. St. Francis lead 57-54. 2 minutes, 48 seconds to play. St. Francis beat Littlewood by several points earlier in the season. So they do know how to play. Littlewood. So Littlewood's got Hopkins, they've got Brown Bull, they got Tallman, they got Jumping Eagle and Robert Chandrew out on the floor. St. Francis going to be inbouncing from underneath. Black Bear going to throw the inbounds pass, and they're getting in. They almost throw it away, but they hang on to it. And 24 has it at the top. Omni White Hat, and then you get it to Bad Hand, Leon Bad Hand. He's hit a couple from outside, so they got to watch him. He can score from inside and outside. St. Francis just taking their time. They got a 3-point lead. About 5 seconds on the shot clock. They put it up from way out there. No good. Black Bear can't get it, and Mustangs clear the board. Eddie Jumping Eagle. And they put up a 3. It's no good. Robert Chandrew with the rebound misses it. And finally, Hopkins pulls down the offensive rebound and puts it in for 2. And they're down by 1 with 1:50 left here in the game. Trailing by 1. St. Francis up. They have the ball. Taking their time. St. Francis is patient. They're going for 3. No good. And a bad foul there. There's no reason for that. So Robert Chandrew picks up his 3rd foul. But that was really not a smart foul there. That bucket was not going to go in. And now he's shooting 3. He makes the first one. 1:34. St. Francis goes up by 2. That could be a very costly foul there. As Black Bear just calmly drains the first 2 free throws. That 3 was never going to go in. But now they picked up the 3 on the free throws. So they got a 4-point lead. Mustangs got the basketball though. Tallman been playing this whole second half with 4 fouls. Eddie jumping eagle. They take it inside to Brownbow. He puts it down. And they're down by 2. Mustangs hanging in here. St. Francis has the basketball. They swing it out, bring it back up top. Once again, St. Francis plays very patiently. They use that shot clock. They drive, they get it inside, bring it outside, and intended for Bad Hand, but Bad Hand wasn't where the ball went, and it goes out of bounds. And Mustangs are going to call time. Coach Jacobs wants to talk to these young men. The score is 58-60 in favor of St. Francis. 56.3 seconds here to play in the game. And it's been pretty intense.
Yeah, how are you enjoying this game between the Mustangs and the Warriors? Oh, you could do better than that. Mustang fans, where are you? Warriors, where are you? Mustang fans, Warriors!
Okay, so Little Wind's going to have the basketball here. 56.3 seconds. They're trailing by 2. Scores 58-60 in favor of St. Francis. We got to bring the ball up the court. Eddie jumping eagle. Gets it across halfway to Tallman. Tallman back to jumping eagle to Tallman. To jumping eagle. They go inside. Back outside to Tallman. Tallman is jumping eagle. Cross to Chandru. Hopkins inside to Brownbow. And he has it stolen from him. Buzz Jordan picks up the steals. And it's going to be St. Francis basketball. A time called. As they were trying to get it into the big fella, and they did, but he couldn't hang on to it. And St. Francis stole it from him. And they're going to try to steal this game if they can. Score is 60-58 in favor of St. Francis. 32 seconds to go in the game. Timeout. Time resumes. It will be Warrior basketball. Mustangs have Eddie Jumping Eagle, Shiloh Tallman, Jeremiah Hopkins, Robert Chandru, and Nathaniel Brownbow on the court. So, with a 35-second shot clock, in theory, St. Francis could just run the clock out. St. Francis has the ball, bring it up, they get it past midcourt. 25 seconds, they drive.
Number 10.
So, let's see what they just did here now. Okay, looked like they're going to call a foul against Tallman. This time he gets the favor here, and they called it against number 10, Black Bear, and Mustangs have the ball. It gets knocked out of bounds. 14.4 seconds. Hopkins into Tallman. They trail by 2. They go to Robert Chandru. He drives. It's no good, but there's a foul called with 10.6 seconds. And Robert Shangrew is going to be at the line. Buzz Jordan picks up the foul. Robert Shangrew. First one's good. It's 59-60. St. Francis leading by 1. Mustangs at the line. Robert Shangrew. It's good. And it's tied. St. Francis, it's intercepted. And Eddie Jumping Eagle calls time. And it's going to be Mustang ball with 6.4 seconds. And Eddie Jumping Eagle quickly calls time out to give Coach Jay Jacobs a chance to put together the game-winning play here with just 6.4 seconds to go in the game. Mustang basketball. It's tied at 60. Jeremiah Hopkins inbouncing the pass. He gets it to Tallman. Tallman to Shangrew. Shangrew puts it up. It's no good. And it's going to be overtime.
Overtime.
Folks, they're getting their money's worth tonight. So Robert Shangrew puts it up, can't make it. St. Francis gets the rebound and time runs out. And we're tied at 60. Okay, you're going to start the second. Going to start the overtime period. For the Mustangs, they have Robert Shangrew, Joe Brownbull, Eddie Jumping Eagle, Jeremiah Hopkins and Shiloh Tallman, and Brownbull tips it to Tallman. Top of the key to Jumping Eagle. Tallman's going to drive. He kicks it back out. Back to the top of the key inside to Tallman, and he puts it down for 2. And the Mustangs are up on top, 62-60 here in overtime. St. Francis has the basketball. They get it to bad hand from the corner, no good. And ball's finally corralled by Robert Shangrew. They get it back to their left-handed point guard, Shiloh Tallman. Tallman, Eddie Jumping Eagle. And the Mustangs spread their offense. Tallman. They go inside the brown ball from Hopkins. And it's good. Give the assist to Jeremiah Hopkins. Brownbull puts it in. And it's 64-60 as Thane Witt picks up his second. Brownbull can't make it. Hopkins almost gets the rebound. He tries to throw it off the St. Francis player. He's unable to do that, and St. Francis inbounds it. Bringing the ball up the court is Black Bear. Black Bear passes it on the wing. Cross court. back at top of the key. They swing the ball around. St. Francis again is very patient. They're thinking about going inside. They bring it back up top the key. In the corner, he drives. It's blocked by Brown Bull as Yomni Whitehat tried to take it inside and gets it blocked. Eddie Jumping Eagle showing off a little bit there with his dribbling between his legs. We get to Robert Shangru inside the Brown Bull. And the big fella just banks it in. And it's a 6-point lead for the Mustangs. And a nice move to the hole by Arcorn. Makes it 66-62. Mustangs moving the ball. Hopkins no good. Tipped by Shangri no good. Brown Bull as he puts an exclamation point on the game. St. Francis, no good. And it's rebounded by Shiloh Tallman. He gets it out to Eddie Jumping Eagle. They get it across court. And Shiloh Tallman gets it from Hopkins. They give it to Robert Shangru to Hopkins. Hopkins goes up with a shot. No good. Brown Bull tries to get the rebound. He can't get it. And they're going to call a charge against number 30, Ty Arcorn. I'm not sure I agree with that call, but they have called several charges tonight. And so that's going to be turned over to the Mustangs. Mustangs got a 6-point lead. A minute one here to go in overtime. They inbounds it to Robert Shangru. Shangru throws it away. St. Francis has got a chance now. And it picks up a foul. And I think that's going to be on Nathaniel Brown Bull. Not a smart foul.
Number 22, Brown Bull.
That's his fourth. It's going to be the fourth on Brown Bull. Well, I guess they're not into penalties, so I am actually not so it wasn't necessarily a bad foul, actually. They miss a shot. It's rebounded by Shangru. Shangru to Jumping Eagle. Jumping Eagle throws it away, gets the rebound, and St. Francis steals it. And Mustangs are not playing very good control of the ball, but St. Francis is forced to get aggressive, and they pick up yet another foul, trailing by 6 with just 32 seconds.
Foul on number 10, Black Bear.
So Black Bear picks up his fourth foul. And the score is 68-62, 32 seconds. Shiloh Tallman at the free throw line. And Tallman, if he puts this next one down, it's pretty much over, I think. 69-62, 32 seconds. Tallman hits this. It's going to be really hard for St. Francis to dig themselves out of this hole. Tallman puts it up. It's no good, but it's rebounded by Brown Bull, but he can't hang on to it. But they get it back to him, and he jams it. And that is the exclamation point on the game, folks. Right there. That is the game with just 16 seconds. St. Francis, they score. Number 10, not going to give up. Black Bear puts it down. But there's a 7-point differential with just 12 seconds. Folks, Nathaniel Brown will definitely put an exclamation point on that one. So timeout. score is 71-64, 12 seconds. Barring a miracle of epic proportion, the Littlewood Mustangs will be advancing on in the winner's bracket. It's going to be Mustang ball, 12 seconds, 7-point lead. Overtime. They get it into Tallman, and they pick up a quick foul. And in that situation, that's all St. Francis can do. If they can't steal inbounds, they've got to pick up a quick foul. And Black Bear, he gets his 5th foul. And folks, if you're sitting at home, give this young man a big round of applause. He played a tremendous game today for St. Francis. Tallman at the free throw line. He puts it in. Makes it 72-64. But this is not indicative of how close this game has been. Tallman with the next one. 10 seconds left. St. Francis, they shoot from 3. It's no good. It's rebounded by Hopkins. He holds on to it. He gives it to Eddie Jumping Eagle. And that's the game, folks. So, Littlewood Mustangs 73, St. Francis 64. As Littlewood exacts a little bit of revenge on the Warriors, who beat them earlier, and beat them big, actually, on their own home court. And there they just showed it on the replay. The big exclamation point. The big fella put down, two-handed. And at that point, it was over. So this is Dan Sneathen signing off at the Rushmore Civic Center.